Was Jesus truly raised from the dead, or is it just a beautiful legend? Christians point to the resurrection not just as a symbol, but as solid proof of their faith's truth. As J.I. Packer explained, the resurrection proves Jesus' deity, validates his teaching, confirms his atonement for sin, assures his power and presence today, and guarantees the believer's resurrection in the life to come. Sir Lionel Luckhoo, the most successful attorney in the world, said after examining the evidence for the resurrection of Jesus Christ is so overwhelming that it compels acceptance by proof, which leaves absolutely no room for doubt. First, Jesus' death is undeniable. After brutal flogging and crucifixion, Roman executioners pierced his side. The Journal of the American Medical Association stated, "Clearly, the weight of the historical and medical evidence indicates that Jesus was dead before the wound to his side was inflicted. The theory that Jesus merely fainted is completely ruled out. Jesus' burial is also historically certain. Even the liberal scholar John A.T. Robinson called it one of the earliest and best attested facts about Jesus, contradicting those who suggest his body was left unburied. The resurrection wasn't a legend developed over decades. The earliest account of it, in 1 Corinthians 15 verses 3 to 8, dates back to within a few years of the event. Paul recorded a creed that declares Christ died for our sins, was buried, was raised on the third day, and appeared to Peter, the 12 over 500 others, James, all the apostles, and finally to Paul himself. Scholars agree Paul likely received this creed within 3 years of Jesus' resurrection, from Peter and James directly. Early sermons in Acts chapters 1 through 5, 10, and 13 echo these resurrection truths, drawn from sources close to the original events. Scholar John Drain noted, "The earliest evidence we have for the resurrection almost certainly goes back to the time immediately after the resurrection event is alleged to have taken place. The empty tomb also stands as firm evidence. No one, neither Roman nor Jewish authorities, claimed the body was still there. Instead, they spread the unlikely theory that the disciples stole it, despite having no motive, opportunity, or expectation that Jesus would rise. The tomb was discovered by women whose testimony had no legal weight in that culture, an unlikely detail to invent if it were a legend. Over the next 40 days, Jesus appeared alive to more than 500 people. He spoke with them, ate with them, and invited Thomas to touch his wounds." John 20, verses 19-29. These appearances are too numerous and diverse to be hallucinations. Experts explain that hallucinations are individual experiences and can't be shared by groups, and unlike mythical seasonal gods, Jesus' resurrection is rooted in history, not nature stories. Gregory Boyd points out that the gospel accounts are filled with real people, places, and concrete events, nothing like once-upon-a-time legends. The final proof is the explosive emergence of the church. First-century Jews shifted from Sabbath to Sunday worship, abandoned temple sacrifices, and risked damnation and social exclusion to follow Jesus. Former skeptics like James and Paul became leaders in this movement. As J.P. Moreland said, the resurrection is the only rational explanation for this transformation. Cambridge scholar C.F.D. Moll put it this way: "The church's existence tears a hole in history that only the resurrection can fill. The question Jesus asked still echoes, 'Who do you say I am?' Matthew 16, verse 15. The evidence from his death, burial, appearances, and the rise of the church leads to one clear answer: Jesus is the risen Lord, and history confirms it."